Hello everyone, welcome. It is Thursday the 24th of January, or episode 14 of JDQ, so thank you very much for joining me today. I've got a mixed bag of all sorts for you today. There's some TV, there's some science and nature, there's a colour question, a nursery rhyme in there, and a bit of a logical question to wrap up today. So yeah, 5 different styles of questions, but I just wanted to mention this. I did sort of say yesterday, on yesterday's podcast, I would find this comment for you, and it is here from Joan. It says, enjoying these JDQs. It feels as though I have been doing them forever. And you know what? That made, when I originally saw that, it made me feel really, really great. So thank you so much for that. It genuinely, seeing the comments coming through. I mean, the YouTube videos of this, so obviously the podcast goes out on all podcast platforms, but there's a video version which goes on YouTube. It's no different to the podcast. It's the exact same thing. I just basically upload the video as I'm recording it. So there's no visual sort of difference. The only thing is you can see me rather than hear me. And it's not really a difference, but yeah, I mean, even on YouTube, it's other than one quiz where someone put a dislike on it, they've all been rated at 100%, which is just staggering. So thank you so much for all the incredible messages and support around it. It was a big leap of faith, and you know, all those comments really do justify me actually doing it. I mean, I could have, when the quiz finished on Radio 2, I could have gone, well, that's that, just concentrate on my long form stuff on Thursdays and Saturdays, but it was such an integral part of people's routines that I wanted to carry it on in some way, shape or form. And here we are, JDQ in a podcast format. And not just on a Thursday, you now get it daily. And on that point, I think it is time to give you today's questions. So 5 questions then, as always, 5 answers, potentially right answers, but we'll worry about that later on. But let's then see the questions for you today. Let's kick it off with question number 1, starting with this. Which drama started each episode with the line, "My name is Sam Tyler. I had an accident and I woke up in 1973. Was it 19? I'm now doubting myself if it was 1973 in that, but I've already halfway through recording this and I'm not going to stop. But yeah, which drama started each episode with the line, "My name is Sam Tyler. I had an accident and I woke up in 1973. I don't know why I'm starting to sound like the 18 there, but. Question number 2, what is the furthest planet from the sun? Is it today, 24th of Jan? Is it today that the planets are all supposed to be aligning in the night sky? Because apparently we'll be able to see, I think you'll be able to see 3 with the naked eye, and a few of them you can get a telescope out. I need to add that to my list of things to check out. But on that, number 3, what colour is the letter L in the Google logo? Most of you will probably use this on a daily basis, but how many of you actually pay attention to the colours of the logo? But what colour is the letter L in the Google logo? Question number 4 then for you today. In the nursery rhyme Little Miss Muffet, what came and sat down beside her? So in the nursery rhyme Little Miss Muffet, what came and sat down beside her? And then your final question for today. If you had one of every sterling coin in circulation, just to clarify, in your hand, how much would it total? So I'm not talking about, you know, those sort of commemorative coins which you see all those videos online where people are saying that they're legal tender, but it's up to the shopkeeper to accept them and all that kind of thing. I'm not talking about those. I'm just talking about the standard coins that are in circulation. If you had one of every one, how much would it total? Okay, there we go. So that then is all of your questions for today, for episode 14, for Thursday, 24th of January. So coming up, the answers after the countdown man, who yesterday I dubbed Dave, but I think I need to find a better name. But for now, here's Dave.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, there we go. Right. Hopefully you've got all your answers locked in and you've not run off to Google to go and try and find the color of that letter under the guise of looking at something else. But here then are your answers for your quiz today, starting with this number one. Which drama started each episode with the line, "My name is Sam Tyler. I had an accident and I woke up in 1973. Can you tell I've never watched this show? Because I don't even know if that's the right accent. But it is Life on Mars. Please don't come at me in the comments for the fact that I've never watched Life on Mars. There's a lot of TV to watch, and I never got around to watching Life on Mars. Number two, what is the furthest planet from the sun? It is Neptune. Number three, what color is the letter L in the Google logo? It is green. Number four, in the nursery rhyme Little Miss Muffet, what came and sat down beside her? It is a spider. And finally, number five, if you had one of every sterling coin in your hand, how much would it total? It would be £3.88, because you'd have a £2 coin, £1 coin, that gives you the £3. Then you'd have a 50p piece, 20 and 10, that gives you the 80. And then you've got a 5, a 2 and a 1, which gives you the 8p. So yeah, £3.88. That's why I said sterling coins, because then you start getting into the £5, £10, £20, and the rarest thing I don't think I've ever seen, a £50. Oh no, I saw one when I worked in a pub. Yeah, the guy was very confused when I accepted it as well, because they don't know, not many places accept them. But anyway, that is all of your questions and answers for today. Tiebreak time if you need this, but like I say, when I've got the website up and running, hopefully for the beginning of February, but I'm just struggling with learning some of the bits. But yeah, so if you'll need to answer, you'll at least have an answer for it, so it'll help me sort of separate the leaderboards. But yeah, your question is this then: the £2 coin is the largest coin in UK circulation, but how wide is its diameter in millimeters? And as I look at that, I'm now not 100% sure I've got the right answer here. And no, I don't want pre-decimalization, do I? Yeah, I'll go with it, and I might be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, but that looks a bit of a bigger number than I thought. If it's wrong, I'll correct it for tomorrow on tomorrow's podcast. But yeah, nearest to this then gets the point, or if you're playing for fun, it is 28.4 millimeters. So rounding it, using the whole rounding system, 28 millimeters. So 28 is the answer. So nearest to that gets the point. And there you have it then, ladies and gentlemen. That is your quiz for today, episode 14 of JDQ. Thank you very much, as always, then, for joining me on today's quiz. What have we got coming up tomorrow? Let's have a look what I've got in my document. So there is a bit of TV. There's some flag-related question, but don't worry, it's not a name the country flag. There's some music in there, not a song. Just about some artists. Yeah, I should have finished off with a music question this week. Never mind. There's an aircraft question in there, and then there's an instrument question in there as well. So that is all to come for you on tomorrow's podcast on the 25th. So yeah, for today, thank you very much for joining me. Share your scores far and wide, and do keep sharing the podcast as well. I looked at the Instagram stats, and my posts I only get seen by about 10% of those who follow me on Instagram. So do make sure you share this far and wide with friends and family who enjoyed Thursday mornings, and let them know that Jay's Daily Quiz, or Jay's Quiz, is now Jay's Daily Quiz, or JDQ, and it is alive and well and breathing over in the podcast platform. So do please keep sharing those and all that podcasty stuff that I have no idea about, which I've never done with the YouTube stuff. You know, pop a like, subscribe, you know, comment, share it, whatever. You can tell this is my first sort of foray into podcasts, and I did this with YouTube. You know, people get saying to me, you need to get people to like and subscribe, but I never really understood it. So yeah, all that podcasty stuff of ratings and all of that, if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks as always. I will see you soon. As always, for me, take care and stay safe.